YouTube, what's up, man? It's your boy DM Era, and I'm back again with another deck profile. This time I am back with my new updated anti-meta stun deck. Folks, let me tell you, a lot of you may not like stun. That's one of my favorite archetypes or favorite decks. Excuse me. But this is probably the most and the best stun deck I have built thus far. Okay, and I'm really excited about it. I'm really happy about it. I can't wait to share it with you guys and show you all the tech cards and choices I put in this deck. This deck is actually really good, and one day I'm going to be able to showcase it at an event. Um, and hopefully somebody give me a good, decent deck profile. I know last time you guys followed my channel, Wise Guys, he did my deck profile, the Lenexa Regional, and he pretty much clowned me, and that's fine. But I'm still, like I said, I'm still keep on trucking and keep on moving on, keep on trying to update the deck as much as possible, make it as strong as possible. Okay. So I thank you guys for being with me, all 32 of my followers, I believe. Excuse me. But without further ado, let's go ahead and get into this deck profile. So first, pretty much we're just gonna do, pretty much it's some new stuff in here, some new text. So just change some stuff around. So now I'll play. Let me see. Actually, I'll take the balance. I'm sorry. I run two copies of Inspector Border. Okay, yes, just two. I know it's different. Like what? Two? Why two for? Just two. You'll see why as I go throughout the deck. Okay, two Inspector Borders. Okay, and if those who don't know what Inspector Border does, he's a 2,000 attack machine type monster with the effect that states that if your opponent does not contest, or there is, I'm not saying my opponent, if there is no extra deck monsters on the field, nobody can activate monster effects from the hand, field, or graveyard banish on at all. Okay. However, if there is like one of each type, like a fusion, an Xyz, a link, a synchro, a ritual, whatever, that's how many monster effects we both get per turn. Right. So if it's a link monster, we only get one effect. That's it, and so on and so on. So hopefully you guys pick up. Um, Outside of that, we play three copies of Amano Wado. This is the go-to right here. This is the GOAT, okay, of the deck. A lot of people sleep on this. A lot of stun players they do. Amano Wado is the only monster in the game that pretty much states that you can't activate effects nowhere, with the only drawback being if it's a spirit monster. Okay, there's no other effects out there that states that, because most of them they have to activate, and the chance of that you can ash it. I mean, you can ash it, you can effect veiler, you can permanent it, whatever. This is the blanket effect, which means as soon as you slap this bad boy on the field, guess what? Nobody can change to this effect because it's a blanket effect. It doesn't activate. It just happens right on summon. So people slip on that, but or they sleep on it. But Amano Water is very powerful in this format. It's very strong. The only drawback is, like I said, it bounces back to your hand at the end of the turn if you have no way to keep it on the field. But we're going to break that down too. So yeah, three copies of Amano Wano, level 4 Earth type, 1900 body, pretty good. Stops all monster effects. Then we're going to run to two copies of Fossil Diner. We all know what he does. This guy, he pretty much says your opponent can't special summon shit. Actually, nobody can special summon. If he's flip summon, he destroys all special summon monsters. So yeah, he's pretty good for that. I just run two. I don't run three like the last time. So just doing two. That's all. Um, Small monster count for this deck. And then the last monster we're playing is Gate Blocker. Yes, I said it, Gate Blocker. I just pulled this out of Dual Devastator. So if you guys looking for it, you can definitely get out Dual Devastator. It's there. All you need is one in this deck. You don't really want to open up with this card. You want to summon it out another way, and I'll explain that later. But yeah, Gate Blocker. This card is incredible. Okay, level 4 Earth type, Rock type monster, 100 attack, 2,000 booty. His effect pretty much states that you negate your opponent's field spells. Your opponent cannot place counters on cards on the field, and your opponent cannot target other monsters you control with card effects. That is broken. Come on, y'all. Come on, okay? What other card effect in the game has these crazy effects? And it's a blanket effect. And those of you who follow my channel before, you know I love monsters with blanket effects. That's just my thing, okay? This card is incredible, and I'll explain why, okay? And that's it for the monsters. Excuse me. Excuse me, y'all. Got a little coughing spell, so excuse me. Going into the spells. The spice for this deck is no. Excuse me. Yep, don't want to draw that. Don't want to play that yet. Hold on. The spice for this deck is none other than Ties of the Freaking Brethren. Come on, dude. Come on. All right. this card's freaking outstanding. Okay, especially in this build. Pretty much what it states is that you pay 2,000 life points. You target a level 4 or lower monster you control, and then you get to special summon two. Well, you can't special summon the rest of the turn, but also you get to special summon two other monsters from your deck that have the same level and the same, let me see, attribute as the card you targeted. And then from there on, you can't special summon no more, and you cannot go into your battle phase. Okay, after you do that. But this is incredible for the build that we have. So 3 copies of those, Ties of the Brethren. Also, we're running 3 copies of Mage Power to boost our monsters up to crazy amounts because we play a lot of back row. So this just benefits us because all your monsters get they get really big with off one Mage Power. So if you can imagine 3 with a full back row, that's damn near what 9,000 right there. 9,000 attack because it's 3 for all of them, including the field spell. So that's 3,000 for one. So you do all 3, that's 9,000 additional attack. So that makes them crazy big. Then I'm also playing 3 copies of Mirror of Yada. Yes, this card right here keeps a mono waddle on board, which means turn 1, if you can establish a mono waddle, your opponent is really hurting at that point. Outside of the fact that they kaiju it or they impermanence it or whatever. But they're hurting because they can't beat over a mono. Not only does this keep a mono on board, but if you attack into it, it pops the equip spell and then a mono. So mono still stays on the field for a whole nother turn. So that's incredible. It keeps your stun card on board. Next, I play 2 copies of Mystic Mind. This is another way to keep a mono waddle on board going turn 1. You can go normal summon mono waddle, play Mystic Mind, end your turn. On the end phase, a mono waddle's effect doesn't activate because you control more monsters than your opponent does. Turn 1. And so a mono waddle stays on board. And that's all you need. All you need to keep a mono waddle on board 1 turn. If you do, he's yours forever. He's not going nowhere unless your opponent destroys him. But yeah, Mystic Mind, 2 copies. Also play 2 copies of Card of Demise and 2 copies of Duality. Now, I know a lot of people are like, dude, you should max this out at 3. That makes the deck more consistent. Yes and no at the same time. Because you don't want a Card Demise into another Card Demise because then you didn't gain nothing. And you don't want a Duality into another Duality because you didn't gain nothing. So I cut 1 from each just to bring it down to 2, and it really helped the deck out a lot. That way I could see the cards I want to see instead of like another Demise or another Duality. Next, I play 2 Cosmic Cyclones and 1 Galaxy Cyclone just for back row hate in the form of back row removal. I was playing Twin Twisters at first, but I took it back because this deck can't really afford for you to discard because you need pretty much all cards in this deck to make it work. But yeah, I got the 2 Cosmic Cyclones to banish targets, and then I got the 1 Galaxy Cyclone to pop a face down. And then on my next turn, I could banish it to pop my own Mystic Mind to make my monsters free to attack. So that's the combo and the play I did with that. That's kind of smart, if you ask me. Also, I'm going into 2 copies of Moonmare Shield to boost up my monsters so that they can pretty much be virtually indestructible. They can run over anything. It doesn't matter. Gren Maju, whatever you have it, Moonmare Shield just beats over it. So, yeah. Next, I play 2 copies of Deck Lockdown. I was running this at 1, but I was like, you know what? It needs to be back at 2. For the fact that you could stun your opponent from searching for 2 turns and special from the main deck for 2 turns, you guys got to pay attention to the meta. Okay. Nowadays, a lot of decks are special summoning from the main deck to help them gain advantage. And if you can lock that out, this is the card you need to see, Deck Lockdown. It's a really good stun card. Back to more field spells. I play 1 copy of Magical Midbreaker Field. Yes, I know. What? Magical Midbreaker Field? Why? Because going first, if you go first or later on in the game, this card is viable going first or later in the game. It all depends on your opponent. If you play this card, your opponent cannot target you from main phase 1, nor can they activate card effects to destroy your monster's main phase 1. That's really good because that protects a mono and that prevents your opponent from going over it and then going to the battle phase. However, Main phase 2, they can activate all that stuff, but your opponent has to give up their battle phase to do it. So you put your opponent in a really tight spot because it's like, okay, what do I want to do? Do I want to, get rid of their monster, or do I really want to just go into battle phase? You put your opponent at a really awkward spot with this, and this card is at 1. I wish it was at 3, but it's all good. It's at 1. It works pretty well at 1 right now. So 1 copy of Magic Mid-Breaker Field. Got 1 copy of Necro Valley. I was having this at 2 and 3, but I sided 1 out because it all depends on the matchup that you're playing against. You know, you don't want to play it against like Sky Strikers. Well, Sky Strikers could work, but you don't want to play against like Pendulums or Dracos because that's not going to do you no good. But Necro Valley, yes, this card is absolutely incredible against like Salamangreats, all those other cards, just to stun them out and lock them out the game. Then we played 1 copy of Terraforming just to search our field spell. And that's it for the spells. Going into the traps, we play 1 copy of Red Reboot. Yes. The only reason why I play 1 copy of Red Reboot is for, like I said, those trap-based decks, Guru, Altergeist, you know, a lot of different trap-based decks. And also, too, it's good if you lose Dash Roll and you go second, and your opponent sets up, you know, Eradicator, which this deck loses to Eradicator. I've been Eradicated twice, so I had to figure out a new game plan to go around that. So yeah, Red Reboot is the way to go. Plus, you can also stop impermanence. And then along with that, of course, the Royal Decree. The best way to play that is to have this set and then activate that first, so then they can settle their traps, and then you just chain that on the end phase if you go second, or on their turn if you go first. So therefore, they can just you can just lock out them all traps. Plus, it's good to lock out evenly matched, because they will try to evenly you too, because you play a lot of back row. Then of course play the 1 copy of Metaverse. This is good for if you draw a brick and your opponent is gaining advantage. You can just chain Metaverse, and then hopefully you get to play Mystic Mind to buy you some time to stall them out a little bit. And then we play 2 copies of Cursed Seal. Again, we don't like Twin Twisters. We don't like Cosmic Cyclone, so we lock them out. Now be careful though, because if you lock out your Cosmic Cyclone, you lock out yours too. This stops the card from everywhere, from your opponent's side and from you. So if you call it on Cosmic Cyclone, you can't play your Cosmic Cyclone either. So just keep that in mind. And then of course I got the 2 copies of Phantom Knight's Wings. It's been a long time since I put this card back in the deck. I thought about it because a lot of times I lost to like Raigeki, Darkhold, just stupid shit that just destroyed my monsters, and I lost to them. Or just constant battle. People just beat over it, and I just lose to it. So if you have a way to protect it and give it attack, this is the way to go. So 2 copies of Phantom Knight's Wings. And that's the main deck right there. Let's see. Oh yeah, sorry. Going into the extra deck. The extra deck is something that we actually go into nowadays. It's something different. So yeah, this is something that I'm really big on, and yeah. So we'll go into the extra deck. So extra deck, starting with XTs, we got number 41, Bagooska. Okay, you can go into Bagooska with this deck. And this is a good stun card as well. Also got Cyber Dragon Infinity CDI. Just for those Cyber Dragon plays, because I got I'm playing Mind Control going second. So if your opponent's Cyber Dragons, then you can just take their monster and Cyber Dragon over their Cyber Dragon. Also playing Time Thief Redor, because we have a lot of low 4s in this deck, so we can go into Time Thief Redor. Also playing Dengirsu, just for the Orcus. They leave an open Galatea. We just Mind Control, take it, and then go into our own Dengirsu. And then with that, we can just pitch a card and then send their stuff away. So that's pretty good for that. Also going into the fusions, I play 3 copies of Chimera Tech Mega Fleet Dragon. So that way, if we are playing against Cyber Dragons and we can't because they negate us, we can just go into them without optimization, just tribute off their monsters and go to a Chimera Tech on our field. That wipes their board, and we can just go in there for an easy kill. Also, for Super Poly targets, I got my Mud Dragon the Swamp, Vision Hero Trinity, because it requires only 3 heroes. And heroes is everywhere nowadays. Odd-Eyes Vortex Dragon for Pendulums, because they're going to go into Odd-Eyes Vortex, and you can just Super Poly that their board and go into your own. Predator Plant, Dragostapelia, same thing. Just Super Poly off into their Super Poly target. You know we gotta have the Starmie Venom. That's another one. And then to the links, I got Sky Striker Ace Kagari and Hayate, just so that we can mind control their Sky Striker monster and then make our own, and therefore they don't have one. Help us with better kills as well too. And of course, the Nightmare Phoenix is generic. So that's our extra deck. Now, going into our side deck. Side deck was actually hard. I ain't gonna lie. Side deck was really hard because there was a lot of cards I wanted to side. But hopefully you guys will like this and enjoy this better. So going into the side, of course, I have to have obviously 3 Super Polys. Okay, 3 Super Polys to the side. Also, too, we run the 3 mind controls. Okay, on the side. On the side, we also play the Dark Ruler No More, just in case we got a crazy board that we can't really out. So yeah, for that, especially like for Thunder Dragon, so that we can't search. Dark Ruler No More is good for that. Also play the 2 additional Royal Decrees for, like I said, Guru Control, all those other decks. And then the 2 Rare Reboots for Guru Control. I played the Guru Control at locals last week, and the game looked like we end up drawing. We end up drawing each other because we both played he played like a pseudo stun and I played stun, and it was just crazy. It was a great duel, but he locked me out. So, and then I locked him out, and then we just drew. Also, play 2 Anti-Spell Fragrance for Sky Strikers and Pendulums, and then the last copy of Curse Seal for the Sky Striker matchup. So that's just my my extra deck, or my side deck. I'm sorry, my side deck to go into. And I want to show you guys a combo of how this works with stuns. So just bear with me, please, and then we'll get right into it. So let's say that. Just give me a minute. And that. Okay. Okay. So I'm just going to give you guys, in a perfect world, if this was to happen to you, we'll see what's going on. Okay. So obviously, one of the first things you want to do is we'll start off with, sorry, you guys can't see it. So we'll start off with Magical Midbreaker Field. Okay. Or Field Spell. Okay. You have to play it first because if you don't play it first, you won't be able to activate. It's the first card you have to play. You play Magical Midbreaker Field. Okay. And then you normal summon a mono. Once you normal summon a mono, now you have a choice. You can say, okay, Ties of the Brother. Pay 2,000 life points, target a mono. Since you target a mono, he's a level 4 Earth Rock type monster, which means you can only summon the same level and same attribute with different names. Okay, so there's Gate Blocker. And here is Fossil Diamond. Okay, going first. All right. So you special summon Gate Blocker and Fossil Diamond, turn 1. You play Mirror of Yada on a mono auto, and then you set your other card. Okay. Now you can't attack anyways, but it's a great opening board for going first. All right. Once you do that, now you have to realize your opponent cannot target you or destroy you main phase 1. They can do a main phase 2, but main phase 1 they can't do it. They can't activate monster effects. They can't target your other monsters. They can't target a mono, Watto, and Fossil Dino, but they can target this one. But because Magical Midbreaker Field prevents him from being targeted, your whole entire field is target free. Fossil Dino prevents you from special summoning monsters, your opponent from special summoning monsters. And Gate Blocker negates your opponent's field spells, and your opponent can't play counters. So if your opponent if you were playing against Endymions, guess what? They can't play counters. if you're playing against somebody that love their field spell, like let's say, I don't know, Salamandrates or Orcus, guess what? Their field spell negated. They can't play nothing with it. How many, okay, let's talk about it. How many decks can you say it has powerful field spells that you can automatically negate with Gate Blocker? Mystic Mind Burn, guess what? Mystic Mind's negated. So now you can just go into everything, okay? So then you pass turn. Let's say, okay, fine, cool. Guess what? Evenly matched. All right, fine. Chain, World Decree. Okay? I'm not saying this is the best board, but for stun, it's pretty damn good. Because stun doesn't really have combo plays like this. Okay? And mind you now, when I play Ties of the Brethren, and you can special summon monsters, you want to start with Gate Blocker, because if you do Fossil Diner, you lock yourself out. So special summon Gate Blocker first, then Fossil Diner, and then you're good. Okay? But yeah, that's my opening board turn 1. So usually when my opponent sees that, they pretty much scoop because there's nothing much they can do. Unless they open up with double twin and they can just go in. So, and if that's the case, then hey, I lost. Okay, but 9 times out of 10, a lot of people are not going to have outs to this board. They're just going to be like, okay, scoop, go to game 2. But that's how strong Ties of the Brethren is in this build. So, I just want to show you guys. Okay, I don't want to take you guys' time. Again, thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what you guys think about the deck profile. I know a lot of people, they hate stun. I've been playtesting this deck a lot, and I like it. I can't wait to take it to locals again and try to whoop everybody's ass. And then hopefully one day I'll take it to a regional, and we'll see what we can do. But outside of that, guys, thank you again. You guys have a good day. Deuces.